Are you looking for a beautiful city to spend your vacation in? Are you looking for a list of the most beautiful cities in the world? Today we will try to answer your questions. There are some cities that are expensive to live in, while others are reasonably priced. Interestingly, some of these cities are characterized by enchanting beauty, while others are simply pleasing to the eye. Budapest, located in the center of Europe, is famous for its natural beauty, historic Gothic architecture, and the most idyllic islands and hills. Budapest is home to the Gellert Spa, which is one of the most famous thermal spas in Europe. Over the city, especially at night, we also find in Budapest the Chain Bridge, which was built to separate two different cities on each side of the river. Budapest is also a leading tourist destination for plastic surgery. The city of Rome is one of the most famous and visited cities in Europe, and for several years, Rome has captivated many visitors with its beauty. Rome, you will find there many opportunities to see stunning, panoramic views, even picturesque streets with wonderfully decorated houses, charming palazzi, large buildings, and beautifully decorated squares. And what's more, Italy itself is very beautiful as it is home to 60% of the most works of art famous in the world, including many statues and paintings. And among the works that you can find in Rome is Villa Borghese, which is a public park that is completely landscaped. If you visit Rome, you will discover that it is a really beautiful city and deserves beautiful art. Referred to as the Venice of the North, Bruges is a stunning city with stunning examples of medieval architecture at every turn, and charming canals added to the 30-minute tour, which really gives you a chance to unwind. And to make sure that the city is unique, one of the most important landmarks in Bruges is the medieval bell tower, which is located in the center of the city, which is the best description of a breathtaking panoramic view, and you will have to climb 366 steps to get a look at this breathtaking view. If you're looking for a truly magical and enchanting destination, Chauhan is a must-visit. Chauhan is in the Rif Mountains and is only accessible by a winding road that crosses the mountains. It is surrounded by mountains on three sides and has blue-hued houses, with their white walls and blue-tiled roofs, that give it its name of the Blue City. The architecture in Chauhan is one of the city's most striking features. There are thousands of alleys that wind through the city, making it a labyrinth of narrow streets, which are home to countless small eateries and shops. Whether you stay in town or venture outside to explore the nearby waterfall or viewpoint, you're sure to be captivated by the charm of Chauhan. Although the city of Amsterdam has existed for more than 700 years, Amsterdam has managed to maintain the luster of the bygone era, with intricately built bridges and bike paths that allow visitors to easily cross through canals to picturesque cobbled streets to show visitors the architecture. Surprisingly, Amsterdam is home to many tourist attractions including the Anne Frank House and the Van Gogh Museum. Interestingly, it is difficult to know for sure when Amsterdam will remain as it is today, as the majority of them are below surface level. The sea and the slightest increase in sea levels in the world could make it vanish, but the engineers were never afraid, many of them claiming they could help rebuild New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. Hopefully, they will be able to protect their city for years to come. Rio de Janeiro is the only city that is considered one of the world's most naturally beautiful cities, characterized by wonderful shades of blue from the ocean, white sand shining on the beaches, mountain backgrounds, and full tropical foliage characterized by bright and bold colors that combine together to give its eyes one of the most beautiful landscapes in the world. And also one of the most important landmarks that characterize Rio de Janeiro is the famous Corcovado Christ the Redeemer. Statue or Sugarloaf Mountain, they are ideal places to get a panoramic view of the city. In addition, we find that Rio de Janeiro is home to many waterfalls known for its legendary beauty. It is also a gathering place for many peoples of the world and is the most beautiful city during the annual carnival celebrations. Lisbon is located on a series of hills that meet in the Tagus River and is located near the sea. This city has wonderful sights that can make it one of the most beautiful cities in the world, starting with the wonderful beaches and buildings painted in pastel shades, just as if they were lush gardens, and is characterized by Lisbon with its pre-18th century architecture, as it is characterized by cobbled streets. Intricate churches that make up a beautiful scene, and we find that the castle of St. George stands on top of the highest hill in Lisbon and overlooks stunning views of the city. And the Torre de Belém also provides a panoramic view not to be missed. Due to its impressive history, the city of Prague is home to many impressive monuments, stunning buildings, and beautiful city squares, and is in fact reminiscent of antiquity, especially the magnificent Charles Bridge that connects the old town with the smaller city. And the Charles Bridge is also one of the most romantic sites in the city. Prague has witnessed many marriage proposals over the centuries. And if you are looking for an amazing example of the beauty of ancient architecture, then you should visit Prague Castle. Prague Castle was registered in the Guinness Book of World Records as one of the oldest castles in the world, and this castle offers a glimpse into the world it has been for centuries and boasts a great view of Prague's old town. Paris is simply amazing. This city is considered one of the most sophisticated and romantic at the same time. You will never get bored of it, whether you are strolling through the wonderful gardens of Versailles, or you are staring in amazement at the Eiffel Tower, or even if you are thinking of indulging in a trip across the Seine. You must believe that you will not be able to look away from this amazing view. These landmarks have influence all over Europe. And the place of the Palais de Vosges comes to be the oldest square in the world, and served as a model for residential squares in Europe. Many cities have tried to replicate this model, but it has never been as good as the real thing. Venice is one of the most unique and interesting cities in the world, in addition to being one of the most beautiful cities as well. It is home to various art yards, and there are charming city squares, beginning with canals and streets, and scenic views that look as if they were painted. And in the city of Venice you will find that there are an abundance of wonderful sights such as the Rialto Bridge, Piazza San Marco, Venice, the Basilica of St. Marco, and the Doge's Palace, and you will find much more than this. It is impossible to describe all its attractions. And regardless of the complaints of some travelers about the behavior of its residents, Venice is still the city the most beautiful in the world.